Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. Definitively, what you are, nobody knows what it is. I cannot know what it is. One can know an effect: peace, silence, love, joy. But as it is an effect, it will not show up all the time. But having been in silence or peace, let's say, total peace, total silence, one never forgets. I don't mean like in the memory I don't forget, and this I cannot explain, but it's like it's so printed that you know that it's always there when you are not busy with your mind. So it's not that you lose. It is rather the ideas of it, the desire it should be in a certain way, the arrogance of having achieved anything. So that can be pointed out. That is directions, creations of that itself. And so following directions will lead to an end. And the deep anxiety is the radical end, which is death. That's why the death. That's why probably the human has a big anxiety and searches. Well, for now, that's it. I think it's important to remind again and again, you have not to realize what is. You just have, for a moment, if you want to not to be tyrannized by the mind. Mind means emotions also, sensual experiences, conceptual experiences and all that. So if you don't want to be tyrannized by the mind, just don't follow that for a moment. Because what is peace or silence is a space, which is not a space, but it's a way to speak, a space where you don't follow anything. There is nobody there to follow anything. That's real silence or peace. So you have not to search for that. That has to be said again and again. Don't search for that. You are it. It's there. But the habit or even the ignorance is that one always follows something. It doesn't even know. So that's why coming to satsang one gets more vigilant. Oh, that was not there before. It presents it itself. Probably it goes. So it's not it. It's not what is called as I am. It's not what I am. In the end, or it can be suddenly not having followed all that thing, but finally, whatever moment it is, one will keep quiet. And when he keeps quiet, he's no more there. Because somebody is there if there is something attached to it. If you don't follow any direction, who is there? If there is any question left in you, please ask. There is very much, I find, the question that looks like very difficult to solve. I hear often, I know myself, I've seen, but in my life, I'm still identified, I have difficulties, I still feel strong emotions and so on. And the question often is, how not to be identified in this and so on. I see things totally differently. If you know yourself, if you had a moment of, today is the word, silence. There is silence because there is nobody there. So it's something which is not touched by anything. Now, arising something comes, this body-mind, this person. So this person is in the creation. In the creation, there is a creation because it's duality. So, how can you expect in duality to have something permanent? So there will be eventually disidentification, identification. Now, disidentification in the samsara, in this creation, is to become a witness. So you are still, I am in the creation. Now if you say, but that peace I have known, that I can still know sometime, but what about that then? But that is always there. You have just to have seen or to allow yourself to have a break. To have a break. It is your birthright to have a break. And it is not that the person will be at peace in the samsara, it's when there is a break, there is nobody there, and that's peace. So don't expect to have signs, effects in this samsara. It can happen, but that is then, this I cannot explain, but that comes with your birth. So the samsara is the development of that birth till death. And that it's not in your hands. That goes on. Um, so I insist, don't try as somebody to be more, to feel more peace or so on. You will, because life also is with peace, pleasure, love, and all that. But as a permanent state, it's not possible. It's not meant to be. So, what is expressed in satsang really points to something totally different. It's something else. And that something else is not something else because it's what you are, but we say something else because we cannot catch it. But it's here. Anyway, if I'm not clear, you can ask. If you don't need to ask, don't ask. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You say when there is a break, it's because there is nobody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looks like, I mean.
Yeah. What has been experienced in the past weeks, it's almost nearly a month, to be honest, is no break.
Yeah.
And
That's the normal life, yeah.
it leads to a great doubt that you say once you have been one as this piece, or I don't know how you phrase it, but really seen, and before this huge crisis, this doubt came once in a while, but I don't know.
But why do you listen to the doubt? It's because it was your mind which was at peace for a while. And as the mind is never permanent, what follows the peace? The doubt. It's like that. And if you believe that that peace was the real thing, you believe that the doubt is the real thing.
Yeah.
So for some reason, you interpreted what is in a certain way, or and you mistook what you interpreted for the real thing. You listen to your mind. That's what I say often. When there is a moment where I say probably because I don't know, you are not there, which you express as deep silence or deep peace, you see, what says deep silence and deep peace? The mind. Yeah. The mind knows it. Yeah. So, how the mind appears, how do I know it? Because I rose, I appear. Now, if you know, through vigilance, through this neti, not this, not that, through whatever you hear in satsang, never catch any thought for a while. You will understand that that also is mind, and you don't look at it. When even this sentence, I am free, I'm finally liberated, which will come because the mind can't stop to express. You don't go there. I say that all the time. Don't go there too. Otherwise, you create your platform, temporary platform. And then what? And then what? You will be lost because that will go. That will go. Yeah, or you will be a big liar. There is only two possibilities.
Maybe this is what is being shaken out, a big lie, or someone...
Whatever, whatever. This journey is such. But then, when you hear this, You would be vigilant. At once. Just now. We bind ourselves to time. You see, we always delay, or it will be, let me think a bit more, and then I will do it. And we bind ourselves to the time. So that we have to learn if we want to be at peace. Time is there. That time appears. Time is this body-mind. But it's my right to have a break.
But to have a break is not to have someone, let's say the spiritual seeker, be vigilant, right? Maybe that's what this...
I mean, whatever question comes up, you see, it's the mind. It doesn't allow you to just be here now. I could reply to you, but then it's endless. You can even die. All your life you have been a serious seeker, and yet you die because you still listen to your mind. So you die with your mind. Ah, then. There is a time where it's very needed to hear answers, to have pointing outs and all that. But there is a time where you have to fuck the whole thing. I'm sorry to say. You can fuck me. Yes, I tell you. Otherwise, what? You cannot bring any shape, any word, any name here. Hi.
This state that you say you cannot catch.
Yeah.
You cannot catch. And I understand that intellectually. Okay?
Why?
I know
Why you say intellectually? Maybe not. It's not intellectual.
maybe I feel it, right?
Okay.
So we do all these disciplines to quiet the mind, to go inside, to do everything.
But why?
But
Okay, I will listen to you, but I have to ask. Why you want to quieten your mind?
to feel some peace.
No,
So,
no. To be able to hear.
Okay.
You are that.
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, you will go into well-being. Nothing wrong, but then it's not about liberation.
Okay, yeah. I understand that also. I feel that also.
Okay.
But my question is, okay, you are in this, I am in this state that I feel some contentment. I feel
Sure.
Okay. But I want to go into this state of absolutely no I amness.
Yes, good. Don't call it a state.
Ah, okay.
It's not a state.
It's not a state.
If it
What
was a
is it?
state, it would have been a belonging to somebody again. And that you have known. That's why you come, because it's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can I go on? Yeah.
Go.
Is this... Is this... okay, what do I call it if I don't call it a state?
That is the difficulty. Okay, let's call it the no state.
The no state. Yeah.
It's fun.
So, for this no state, it is as if it is a jump. It is as if I have to let go of everything that I've learned, something. So,
Yeah, but
do we
yeah.
need somebody to help us in that transition? Do we need God?
No, finally,
Do
you
we-
don't need anything because you listen well. Can you listen well?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. You are already what you search.
Mm-hmm.
But don't take it as you already are what you search. So when you hear that, oh, but then why should I practice? Why I've done all this? Is because I don't feel it. Probably. It will not be taken in the limits of a feeling. That's why it doesn't belong to anybody. Because somebody has or to understand, or to sensually experience it, or to feel it. But what is, which is not individual, what is, cannot be captured, nor by feelings, nor by knowledge, and nor by senses. And that's already here. So keep quiet. Don't try to feel it. Don't try to know it. Don't try to sense it. It's here when you don't try.
So just believe that it's here.
No,
Okay.
no, be quicker than that. No, because then you make a little loop and it will trouble you as before. It was here, in you, but you disturbed it by the question, then I have to believe in that. It's always here. And it is obvious when you don't follow your mind. Let it be the most important question in your search in your mind. Don't go there. Now. Now. You come to Satsang now, not to learn more practices and all that. You have done it. So, that has to be left behind. Otherwise, you go to the same kind of teaching. So, this Satsang tells you, you are already that, now you keep quiet. Don't do your practice. They have done their benefit to bring you here, to hear this. You remember, Uma? We were in Hardwar, I asked Papaji, and you did before, I didn't know that. I said to Papaji in a very intense, ultimate, it is my ultimate question. I don't even remember which question, which is strange. And he laughed. He laughed because the answer will never be answering a question. Then he said, yeah, there is somebody else also told that, and it was Uma. Anyway, it took me time to understand. Now, hearing this, I still encourage to ask questions, if there is any. May I ask if you do any practice just now? Tell me. Yeah?
Yeah.
Why? I told you not.
Well, in fact, my first question,
Yeah.
which I didn't make, was
Okay.
was what's the importance of satsang? But
Ah.
then, with your answer to my second question, which I did make, you gave me that answer. So you are already that. So so I was meditating on it. Neti neti, you are not this, you are not this, not that, not this, not that. So
Yes.
what is it?
So may I ask, it's not a question, from where you see that, from where you do the neti neti, you keep quiet, that's what you are.
Yeah.
From where? So don't be hypnotized by the neti neti now, you did enough. Keep quiet from where this arises.
From inside, just keep very quiet.
If you give an answer, it's somebody who gives an answer. So I want another kind of answer. Just keep quiet from where. You don't need to go to your mind. The answer is keep quiet from where you speak to me.
So I stay quiet.
Don't be deluded by the sentence.
It's pretty much confusing, I think. See again. It's, so I think, I feel that so the feeling of this room today is anew. Maybe are opening new doors or new insights. I don't have words.
Yeah, okay, okay. Good, nice. So keep quiet there.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, Ganga. Reaching a place sometimes where there's an absolute freak out coming. And
Freak out?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, fear.
Yeah.
Is this the mind?
Yeah,
Still?
it is the mind in its splendor.
Too easy.
But you see it.
Yeah.
So from where do you see it?
Sorry?
From where do you see it? don't go there with your mind. You are already from where do you see it?
From here.
The answer is too much, because then you make it a location somewhere. So you see the fear, okay?
Yeah.
This is clear? Okay. So you are not the fear because you see it. So to know who you are, just stay where you saw it, but it's from where you see it. So don't go in the seeing now, just for a moment. Keep quiet because it's always there, from where you can see, which goes on changing.
Don't know what to say. It comes and goes, you know.
Yeah, but it's not you who comes and goes.
Yeah.
What you can, that's what you see, it is said. We cannot capture, we cannot objectify who it is. Because once you objectify, then it goes on changing. You see it. When you objectify, you see it. But what you see, it is its own creation of what is. It's the own creation of what is. And you see something, it doesn't appear without somebody. Somebody sees it. Okay, it's in the same bubble, the seeing and the seer of that. But I ask you, from where you see the seer and the seen? That's always here. You have not to go there. You just keep quiet there. It's already here. Don't confuse that with all the changes. That's all. This is called liberation.
Okay.
Yeah? The problem when one becomes a witness is that it confuses I witnesses something as what is. But there is not floating something if there is no owner of it. I am born and I see things. So the witness is that same bubble as the scene of what he witnesses. I ask always, just keep quiet where you already are, but from where all this can be seen. That's all. And this can be obvious to you just now. To you not, but obvious.
Yeah, sometimes it's obvious and sometimes not.
Ah. Then keep quiet. I mean, then why you want to change the things? Your life will be like this. The life of somebody will be like this, sometimes obvious, sometimes not. That's the life of somebody. It will not change. What is underlying that. When it is called, when those words are expressed, permanency, eternity, the absolute, it can mention two things. It is because one cannot express the unexpressible, so it can be what is, but it can also be moments of somebody glimpsing what is. But it is glimpsing, it's so that the time will come back because there is somebody there. What I wanted to say. Yeah, so it's just the confusion has to go. One wants always to apply the absolute, the eternity, the permanency to somebody, to somebody's life. It may be obvious, as I say, but the obviousness is in time. Not when it's obvious, but it is recuperated by time in the life of someone. But once you have seen, once you have seen all this game, lila, samsara, once for all it's known, it's seen. So you don't care anymore if as somebody I have an obvious moment or an identified moment. You don't care anymore because it will be like this till you die. It's only the comparison in this samsara, lila, what the creation, whatever word you express, manifestation. What did I say? Yeah, it's only the mind which compares. Oh, this one is more absorbed than me. Oh, so he looks more enlightened. Or he's enlightened and I am not, because I'm still identified and all that. You know, this is in the world of comparisons, and this has nothing to do with what is. It is a birth which comes with a few qualities. Some are more quiet, some are more yogi, some are more saints, some are more active, some are whatever. It has nothing to do with enlightenment. This comes with your birth. So how can you compare? You cannot compare. His life is like this. Doesn't mean anything about what is. But there is this very deep, very archetypal spiritual root of that concept. The life will change. The life of somebody will change. I fight that. I don't find any truth in it. You do whatever you like. Seeing that, I'm not searching anymore. I've seen, as you can see, as everyone can see.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you know, those beautiful examples, who look more wise or more enlightened than others. It was just meant maybe that they give an example for inspiration. Oh, I'm inspired by Buddha. I'm inspired by Ramana. I am inspired. You see, that inspires the seeker. So their role is like this. But it's a role. It's which was not chosen. They were born like this. So, put things in the proper place, and then you will be quiet. And the proof is there is great master, there are great masters, but if you see their life, you may not be inspired, oh, he's an example of, but what they teach, boom. So don't look, just be shot. That's it. That's important, that's it. You will never copy, you can never copy the life of someone else. That's not important. The important is to be freed. Whatever means comes to free you. But of course, to come to this, you may need a lifetime to be inspired by. Okay, why not? It's the journey of everyone. But the end of journey is to come to this. Yeah.
So I want to clarify something.
Sure.
When I have an extreme experience or very intense experience, what I see for myself as these are rough words, but like a gate to see who I am, or this kind of experience,
Yeah.
then for sure it will be, and it's very rare, but for sure it will be followed by a monster of my mind, like the worst of the worst, like whatever.
Okay.
And so it's bound
The
together.
fear.
I guess I see the two.
No, it's not bound together. Because if you are in that experience, it's an experience which is not by bound and by anything. But from where things are created, so your mind appears and you catch it. You catch it. You catch the monster. You are not obliged, huh? That is liberation. And when you catch, at least, okay, you know life is like this, but it doesn't make you search anymore, nor put question about who I am. So, well, you see, it's like, okay, this is you. You agree? Just for a second. Okay. Your life, nya, nya, nya. And then, no, look. A glimpse. A glimpse. and then, something appears, and you are there because you went in. So in looks like being melted in what is, but it comes back. It comes back. So you only look what the experience is of this. It jumped, it melted, and it de-jumped and de-melted. Okay? That's called a glimpse. There is always someone. Now, when you see that what you search, what is, who you are, has always been there, it's like this. So it has always been there. It is always there. And when this comes back, it disappears, it comes up. But you don't, this is the fact, and it's no more this. I don't know if I explain it, but just to, yeah.
But then this glimpse or the monster or whatever, it doesn't mean anything.
It
Or
does mean something. A glimpse is the most precious experience in your journey. Because of the glimpse, you will continue, and you will be less and less deluded by whatever the mind presents. That's why it was such a luck with Papaji. He was known as the giver of glimpse. It was a way to say. But it's true that in his presence, many, many, many got a glimpse. And it was the best, it was the most precious gift given, beside the realization, of course. So it's of a great value. It's the glimpse which will work on you, this journey, which will make this journey disappear at some point. Mm? Actually, you have seen exactly what is. The problem is that you landed on the expression. Yeah. So on the mind. And that's why it looks like a glimpse only. Otherwise it's the same. But one learns his lesson, I tell you. Me too, I had a few, not much, very few glimpses. But once I knew, I learned my lesson, not to listen to my mind once for all, when it reappeared. Even though it was telling better than the Yoga Fascista. Don't take it. Yeah. Revelations and all that, it's encouraging, it's a blessing. It comes from the glimpse, because one then learns more or sees, oh, I have a new vision because of that revelation, of that insight. But the seeker doesn't understand that he's feeding, he's seeking still. He's feeding the seeker. So once you understand that whatever appears, let it be the biggest revelation of the universe, you don't go there. Because you are fed up to be lost again and again and again. Enough. And you know the trick now. Don't go there. All the testimonies of freedom are based on revelations. Very inspiring. And we cannot speak differently. Yet it's revelations. Limited. Mind's limits. And that's why often you have amazing testimonies in books. And if you meet the person 10 years later, happily it's not always like that. But it can very often happen that he's not up to his revelation. Of course, because the revelation is in time. So if he based himself on the revelation, he will be washed away with time. Learn your lesson.
What about if you identify that as the silence, but then that is like, for me, 50% of it is kind of that experience. It's not experience, well, I just use the word now.
Okay.
And then maybe 50% of that is some experience of, you can call it love.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I wonder if the love is just the portal before the last step into the goal, if I have to use that metaphor.
Whatever you can know is an expression. Let it be the most, let's say, direct or not direct, but love, if we start to speak of love without an object, I must say it's a very pristine expression, but still an expression of what you are. So I don't mind you call it love if it is your experience. But there is somebody there to know the love, so it is it's still someone there.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so what is someone is not there?
There is nothing.
I don't know. Nothing, everything. I don't know. And the need to know is gone because There is nobody there anyway, so how can I know? But you see, everything is what you are. The thing is, why in satsang there is this kind of neti, it's not this, it's not that, is to have that realization of what is. Otherwise, one may confuse it with one expression, but as the expression is ephemeral, the search will continue and so on.
What is that?
Temporary. It's in time. It will vanish. Yeah. So that's why it's so essential to have a moment where expressions are not taken into an account. Otherwise, everything is that. I mean, you have an experience of unconditional love. Great. I mean, wow. But if you still search and your platform is that, I would say, don't go there. Yeah.
Thank you. There's a situation that is repeating for half a year or so that is causing a lot of pain, and I'm observing it. Sometimes I get identified, sometimes not. I observe that it comes and goes. I tried everything to change the things, not to change inside, outside, whatever. No, it's surrender. I just surrender every time it comes. I'm like, I give it to God. Is that the right attitude?
But you see, you give the suffering to God. You should give I suffer, the I to God.
Yes, I pray. When that comes, I pray that He dissolves.
You give the prayer to God. You don't give I who prays. It's I, the thought I am somebody, which has to be given to God. Thank you very much.